India is a signatory to the International Convention on Maritime Research and Rescue, SAR 1979, ratified in May 2001. The mechanism and the resources available so far are able to take care of the surface targets of the near-coast events. However, the preparedness of undertaking underwater research and rescue, UWSAR, merits attention on multiple fronts. The tropical littoral condition in the Indian Ocean region, IOR, further complicate the UWSAR efforts due to the massive suboptimal performance of the sonar deployed for the purpose. Another reason to talk about UWSAR is the number of airplane accidents that have been happening in the recent past. Indonesian plane crash, AirAsia jetliner, Lion Air aircraft to name a few. Recovery of the debris is extremely critical to investigate the cause of the crash so that we can ascertain lesson for the future and make amendments. The enormity of the problem demands that we have a calibrated approach to handle the complete UWSAR requirement in the IOR. Firstly, we have a short-term approach for 6 to 2 years. The equipment, platform, and even deployment teams will be hired. Stimulation and data analytics will be done by the knowledge partner. Then comes the midterms, which is up to 5 years. The equipment can be hired, however, the platform and the execution could be an in-house effort. The stimulation and data analytics will remain with the knowledge partner. Finally, we go for the long term, that is, beyond 5 years. The plan is to manage the entire operation on our own, including our own infrastructure, human resources, and in-house capabilities. Outside support and guidance can be provided by the consultant. Sensors play the most important role in the whole process. The tropical littoral waters in the IOR present the very unique challenge of the suboptimal performance of the sonar system deployed for the SAR role. The acoustic propagation of the sonar signals ensures more than 60% degradation in the detection and classification capabilities. Next comes deployment platform. Apart from the sensors, the platform on which the sonar sensors will be mounted for accessing the deep ocean is again a critical aspect that merits attention. The shipborne surface sensors have significant limitation in terms of accuracy and also quality. Modeling and stimulation, high-end data science, signal processing, environmental modeling and stimulation hardware, and software infrastructure is critical requirement to undertake an effective UWSAR operation.
When we talk about the underwater search and recovery, there are two things which are very, very important. The first is that there is no question of any human survivor, because beyond a certain time survival of human is not possible. And the second is, how do we plan the entire recovery, because recovery of the debris is equally important, because there have to be lessons learned why such a incident happened. So now when we want to plan an underwater search and recovery, there's a very organized and structured process for that. The first would be that as soon as an incident is reported, we need to record the last known position, and then based on that, there would be a definite delay in mobilizing the entire search effort. So this requires significant understanding of the region, the parameters of the environment, and the time that will be required to mobilize. Now, if we go back, one very important thing is that how do we get real-time data of the location, whether it is the environmental parameters or the underwater parameters. It will be very, very important to get real-time inputs. So when we want to plan such a thing, there have to be seamless understanding between the various organizations. So the policy becomes very important. So we have to have standard operating procedure for the data to be sourced in real time. Then we need to have proper MOUs between organizations so that there are no delays in the communication and in sourcing of the various inputs that are required or mobilizing the assets that are required. The second part is that we have to have very, very precise and accurate algorithms that should be able to generate the real-time inputs once the data is being provided to it. We've had enough incidents in the past, and I may not like to go into the details of it, but I think there are multiple lessons learned on this, and it only amplifies the fact that a lot more needs to be done. And I think MRC is now trying to put the entire framework in place so that the underwater search and recovery can be done in a very, very scientific manner. And with the growing maritime activity, I think such incidents are only going to increase, and our preparedness so becomes very, very critical. Thank you.
Number 1. The challenges and opportunities will be analyzed once the initial gap analysis of the ongoing efforts and infrastructure will be available. Number 2. A policy review can be done at the national, regional, and global level on the subject and draft a proposal to address the responsibility in a comprehensive manner. Number 3. The infrastructure and human resource requirements can be planned. Number 4. The interaction with the other agencies within and outside the national boundary will be planned and executed through the appropriate authorities. Number 5. Possible short-term courses will be proposed and executed for select officers to lead the initiative on UWSAR. The UWSAR requires far more seriousness at the top to be able to make sure we present a reasonable response to any incident in the future. The Indonesian airline accident should be a wake-up call, and we all should invest towards capacity and capability building to comprehensively prepare an effective response mechanism.